Eternity Forge, game development block number 3. I'm going to be talking about enemy AI. And I have my little rat friend here. Really simple AI so far. Basically, when he's in aggro mode, he'll follow you around like this. But what happens when we have geometry that gets in the way, such as this building? Well, he has to figure out how to go around that. So what I've done here is he actually has 2 ways to find a path. I draw this little sight line here, whatever radius I want. And basically he's searching ahead of him for geometry that gets obstructed. And if he sees it, he's using a trigonometric function to change the direction, like you saw there. And this is really good for like straight buildings and straight corners, because if you see, he follows me right here, and then he looked up, he couldn't go that way, so he just continued going the other way. The second thing I've done is to put 12 points in a radius coming out from the center of the geometry, so that if he collides with the building, let's see if he'll do it. He finds the closest point to himself and the closest point to the player, and calculates the shortest path between those 2 points, and then pushes back the points between them. As you can see here, it's like running around a little clock. Now, this is pretty simple pathfinding, and in a more complicated pathfinding, you'd probably want the entire level to be a grid system, and you'd find the paths using some kind of algorithm and that kind of stuff. But I think this is kind of cool because it adds a little bit of randomness to the game. And this is just a rat guy, so he's very, he's kind of a stupid character anyway. So doing things like, let's see, he's basically just following me around right here, but let's see if we can get him to act stupid. Now he's acting pretty smart. The other thing I've done is that, when this enemy entity is basically 1.5 times the length of this sight line, he doesn't do the pathfinding anymore. He just comes at you, so you can kind of get him stuck if there's something in between you, which is cool because it makes him act stupid. Or he'll just really stay close on you like this. You see how he's not, he's not doing the sight line test or the collision test. And the reason I've done both of these things is because just using the sight line, it's pretty good, but tends to get stuck sometimes. And just using the collision, that's really unnecessary for simple geometry like this box. He can go around the box far more easily with just a simple sightline test, So next week, I think I'm going to try and do the when this guy goes on, when he's not in an aggravated state, when he's just patrolling points, and do detection for player character. I'll do maybe like a cone for sight and just a straight radius for sound detection of the player. The other thing I did this week is put all the entities in a list, so now that you can see, depending on the Y order, which one gets drawn first. And you might also notice that there's no collision between these bounding boxes. And I don't know if I'm going to change that, but I know in games sometimes it's really annoying when somebody gets in your way and you're just basically waiting for an NPC to get out of your way, or an enemy, and it's fucking annoying, man. So why even do that? I might change that though, I don't know, but it's a little unrealistic, but I kind of just like having freedom of movement between entities in a map. Well, Obviously, when you run into geometry, you can't. There's no freedom of movement there.